Hey there, and welcome to another OnSign TV expert tips. So, as you can imagine, managing thousands of players can be really hard and tricky. So that's why we need to have control over everything inside our platform, right? So when we're talking about content, OnSign TV provides you the folder structure, which makes it much more easier for you to manage all your contents inside folders, right? And when we're talking about players, right, we have a tool, a specific tool that is really handy when we're managing thousands of players. And the tool is right up here. Many people don't see it, but this is really important. So when we click on our search bar, right, we have many options here on filtering the players that we have attached and associated to our OnSign TV account. So let's talk about each one of them. The first one here is status. So we can filter the list of players we have by the status of this player, right? So the first one is online, offline, in sync, syncing, out of sync, or powered off, right? So let's say that we're looking for all the players that are currently powered off. So I could just click here in powered off and click enter. And no players were found, as all of my players, which in this case is only one at this moment, are online, right? Powered on. Perfect. The second option that we have is seen last time, right? If the last time I saw this player is more than 1 day, more than 3 hours, more than 20 minutes, less than 3 days, less than 3 hours, or less than 15 minutes. This can be really important because let's say that you have many players with really similar names and you just change a number over the player, right? And you have just made a specific change on a campaign or in the settings of the player, right? 3 hours ago, let's say. And you want to know what are the players that you play with 3 hours ago, so you could get back to it and see what was that player that you changed the settings of. The next one, campaigns, number of campaigns. So this I can see how many campaigns I have in my player, so I can filter all of my players according to the number of campaigns I have published to it, right? So if I have 0, less than 2, more than 3, or more than 5 campaigns published to this player. Next one, version, current installed app version. So this is where we can see what is the current version of application we have installed in app players. So it's going to be having a drop down here with all the app versions I have installed in my players. So I could filter it by the version. In this case, I only have the Mac 8.3.0. And the last one right here is the operating system. As you can tell, I only have Mac at this moment, right? But if I had other operating systems here, Windows, Linux, Chrome OS, Mac OS, among others, right? I could have them all filtered here and see what exactly are my players that are running a specific operating system. Perfect, now we know how to filter all of your players, your playlists on the players page. There's another trick that I want to show you, which is inside the dashboard tab. Okay, so when we click on the dashboard, we can see all of our players, where they are located, what is their app version, their content, if the content is synchronized, right? If they are connected to the internet, and we can even see a chart here with all of the errors and warnings. When we scroll down here to the bottom, we can see a map and where they are located. If we click over the player, we can see lifetime, what is the campaign that is being played back, how many errors that player has, and if it's online and synchronized, and even the app version I have on it. Down here, we can have a list with the players with most errors and the players with most warnings. The trick I was going to tell you about is this one right up here that nobody sees, the search bar, yes. So we can also filter our dashboard using the search bar. How to do that? The first option that we have here is the status, connectivity or content status. So when we click on it, we can have the same options that we have there in the player list, right? But you can filter it on your dashboard so you can see where you're located and what is going on with them. And the next one is the version. So what is the current version installed in your app, right? And again, it is going to be showing you here all the app versions you have installed in your players, and you can filter the dashboard by that app version. Well, this is what I wanted to show you guys. These are the tricks I have for this video right here, right? Stay tuned for the next expert tips of OnSign TV. See you next time.